In this week's episode, it's all about Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. I talk with Daniel Radcliffe, Weird Al himself, Evan Rachel Wood, and director Eric Appel. Let's go!
Welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon from iHeartRadio. Your pop culture news, views, reviews, and celebrity interviews on all the movies, TV, music, and pop culture you crave weekly. Here's Kyle McMahon.
Hello, and welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon. I, of course, am Kyle McMahon, and I am still feeling under the weather, so I apologize for my, nasally voice and weird voice, but I'm getting better. In any event, I'm really excited because this week's episode, is all about the film Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, which is streaming exclusively on the Roku channel. And you can get the Roku channel on, Roku-branded hardware like TVs or streaming devices. It's also available on Samsung Smart TVs, web browsers, Amazon Fire. There's also an app on iOS and Android. So you can watch it today. And it is out now. It is, by the way, the Roku channel is free. So you can watch this film, Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, for free on the Roku channel. Love it. So Weird Al is just freaking amazing. I mean, if you don't know, and by the way, the film, as you'll hear when you listen to the interviews or if you watch the interviews on our blogs and websites and all that, you'll see this from these interviews. But Weird Al is a singer, songwriter, comedian, musician. He basically kind of started with the Dr. Demento radio show back in the 70s. He had a song, kind of a comedy parody song, that was played on there. He was 15 or 16, and then he kind of just exploded from there. He is known, I would say, extremely well known for his parody songs. He has earned 5 Grammy Awards and has a total of 16 nominations. 16 Grammy noms. That's insane. 4 gold records, 6 platinum records, numerous top 10 albums and songs. Pretty freaking insane. And he had a show called The Weird Al Show, which was on CBS. Not really sure when that was, the 90s maybe. And he had has a film called UHF back in 1989, which has David Bowie and Fran Drescher, an incredible cast. And so the guy's been and done everything and everywhere. I mean, I said that backwards. The guy's been everywhere and done everything. Jeez. Really nice guy, incredibly talented. And Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, is a fantastical take on his life. It's really funny. I absolutely love it. It's a lot of fun. It's a great, I don't want to say it's not a mockumentary because it's not like a documentary style. But it kind of is a play on, say, Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man and that sort of thing. But with a Weird Al twist. So it's a lot of fun. I love it. It's, if you're having a bad day, it's one of those films that will really kind of lift you up, make you laugh, and just have a great time for 90-some minutes. He is also, Weird Al, by the way, is also on tour right now, and you can check him out, find out his tour dates and all of that good stuff at his official website, weirdal.com. Makes sense, right? And you can, listen to his music on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you stream your music. Guys, besides all that, guess who plays Weird Al himself? I'm just going to tell you, it's Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Mutherfriggin Potter, okay? You know I'm a huge Potter fan, Harry Potter fan. I'm a huge Daniel Radcliffe fan. To interview Daniel Radcliffe has been on my bucket list since I was born. You know, I've interviewed Ron Weasley now 3 times, who I guess is also known, as Rupert Grint, incredibly talented actor who's been on Servant on Apple TV Plus, which you know is one of my favorite series ever. But I've had the pleasure of interviewing him 3 times, and now I have interviewed Daniel Mutherfriggin Radcliffe, Harry Potter himself, for Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. I have died, was resuscitated, came back, and died again. That's how incredible this was. So, in any event, let's get right into the interviews. Eric Appel is the director of Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. He really started out with Funny or Die, which, you know, is freaking amazing. And, you know, Will Ferrell, and I mean, Funny or Die just has everybody. And so this is his first big movie. He's done, you know, Silicon Valley and New Girl and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's done a ton of stuff like that. This is his first really big, you know, mainstream kind of movie. And it is hysterical, and I'm really glad that I get to talk with him. So let's talk first up with the director of Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, Eric Appel.
Thank you so much, Eric, for speaking with me. I love this whole project, Weird. And tell me, for you, is it exciting? This is your first feature film. Is it exciting to tackle this subject, especially with your Funny or Die piece previously?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great first feature, this one. Yeah, it was such a blast making this, collaborating with Al, seeing this project through from the seed of the idea 12 years ago when it was a Funny or Die video, you know, all the way through our, recent screenings that we've had, festival screenings, which were, you know, such a huge success. I couldn't have asked for a better debut.
Yeah, and people are raving about it. I absolutely loved it. And one of the things that I think is really cool, or must be really cool for you, is your first feature film is, you know, not only dealing with real people, but these iconic people, Madonna, Weird Al, Dr. Demento. Like, that's got to be fun. Is that
yeah,
how it is?
Yeah, no, it's great dealing with those big personalities, but you know, telling our own original story, sort of like making up our own bizarre version of their lives, is the most fun. It's like I got to make a biopic about someone and do zero research.
Right.
It's like, yeah, let's throw out the facts and just come up with like the most crazy, engaging, dramatic, you know, biopic story we can.
And is that how you kind of approached it, that we're just going to, you know, kind of make up, as you said, a fun biopic?
I mean, we had that original short that we made as kind of like it's funny. It's like we made the trailer before we made the movie.
Right, yeah.
So we had all these like old trailer moments that we kind of wanted to incorporate in, but it wasn't a full, you know, that trailer didn't really tell like a full movie length story. So we took the moments from the trailer and sort of peppered them in where they belonged. And then just kind of followed I don't want to say the formula, but like, I guess that's probably the best way to put it. The formula that like all of these biopics seem to follow. And I'm talking like not just rock biopics, you know, like The Doors and Rocket Man and Bohemian Rhapsody, but fictional biopics, Boogie Nights, Forrest Gump, you know, like all of these seem to like have a very similar template. So we just wanted to kind of take that and play with that format and just create our own like weird. It's so funny using the word weird.
Yeah.
Our own Weird Al story, our own sort of bizarre Weird Al story.
And how, for music selection, how did you have a list of songs that you wanted to include and then find a way, or was it more organic? How did that process come for you?
Well, it kind of followed the chronology of like a biopic. You have to, at least early on in the film, you have to, his first song has to be his first song,
right?
So it's like My Bologna is the one, and it's like the classic scene in all these biopics where like inspiration strikes, they write the song immediately.
Of course.
The biggest inspiration was in Ray, like the Hit the Road Jack scene.
Right.
So it's like, hit the road, Jack. And he's like, wait, what'd you say? And like, just like suddenly starts playing the song. So like My Bologna, basically the songs on like the first album, we had to do I Love Rocky Road, another one, Rides the Bus, like those early songs. And then we kind of like ran out of time, there's only so much movie.
Right.
So, so we got into the, we got into the 80s. Yeah. You have to have Eat It, of course, Like a Surgeon, like the big, huge MTV hits. But there's like so many songs that we didn't get to touch that like, I mean, maybe we do a sequel. I'd like to be the first biopic that has a sequel. And we do all the songs from the 90s and like the 2000s.
I absolutely love that. I'm rooting for you for that. And thank you for speaking with me, Eric. Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. I cannot wait for everybody to see it. And thank you for doing this. It's such a great film.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks so much, man. I'm glad you dug it.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. All right. Bye-bye.
Eric Appel, love him. Such a funny guy, such a talented guy, and the director of Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. So there would be no film called Weird, the Al Yankovic Story without Weird Al himself, right? So next up, I talk with Weird Al. And again, this man is a legend. He really is. He has, I really feel like if he hasn't parodied you, are you anybody? So he is on tour on the unfortunate return of the ridiculously self-indulgent, ill-advised Vanity Tour, which is going to be amazing, of course, which has some dates in February that were some makeup dates. So if you haven't yet seen him and you can get it because a bunch of the shows have sold out. In fact, most of the tour was sold out. So if you can, hop on to WeirdAl.com and you can see the tour dates. And I'm sure more tour dates will be announced at some point. There's also, depending on when you're listening to this, if you're listening to this, in the beginning of November when this comes out, you can pre-order the Illustrated Al, the Songs of Weird Al Yankovic, which is a hardcover illustrated graphic novel that has some of the top cartoonists, around today, drawing Weird Al with his incredible, world of comedy and music. So some of his best songs are represented in here, and you can pre-order it right now. If you're listening to this after it comes out, November 22nd, then you can just go and buy it. But that'll be a hot item too, and I can't wait to check that one out. All right, without further ado, let's talk to the man himself, Weird Al Yankovic.
Hey, Al, thank you so much for speaking with me.
My pleasure, Kyle.
So, first of all, congratulations on Weird. It is such a fun, awesome movie. What was it like for you to do a sort of, first of all, biopic, but then also a fake kind of biopic?
Well, I wouldn't want to do a serious biopic of my life. I think that would be pretty boring because I don't lead the most exciting life. And my story is semi-interesting, but it's not like Hollywood biopic interesting. So I figured if I'm going to do a biopic, I've got to embellish it a little bit, a little artistic license, maybe change a few things around. And we're in a time now where Hollywood biopics don't really care about facts anymore.
Right.
We're in a post-fact world. So if I'm going to do a biopic, I'm just going to throw the facts out the window.
I love it. And so for you, kind of, looking back at your life and your, pretty incredible career, how do you choose what kind of moments that inspire moments in the film from your real life?
We wanted to have a relationship with my parents because that's a big trope of biopics. And I should point out that my parents were nothing like the parents in this movie, really. I mean, my parents were extremely supportive the whole way. But that's not interesting. You have to have like the tension and the drama. So, of course, we had to have the father that didn't approve of his weird son, So there's that and the bits of me doing My Bologna. We actually, in real life, I actually did record My Bologna in a public restroom. There was a door-to-door accordion salesman that came to my neighborhood, which is why I took accordion lessons. So there are nuggets of truth scattered throughout the movie, but then it gets a little off.
Yeah. And you got to, or he got to play you, Daniel Radcliffe, playing you. How cool is that for you to see anybody really, but especially Daniel Radcliffe playing you on screen?
Unbelievable. I mean, I remember my first Zoom meeting with Daniel Radcliffe. Eric Appel and I had just, said, yeah, we should get Daniel Radcliffe for this. Wouldn't that be amazing? And he came on a Zoom call with us and he was immediately on board. He was like, yeah, I read the script. I love it. It's funny. Let's do this. And I was like, really? Okay, great.
That's awesome. And you have, the film has such an amazing cast of real life characters. Evan Rachel Wood, Rainn Wilson. And playing, Madonna and Dr. Demento and stuff. And it's got to be interesting for you to kind of review, even though some of it is maybe embellished a tiny bit. How is it for you? It's got to be cool to see, like, this is sort of my life on screen.
Yeah, it's nice to kind of pay tribute to Dr. Demento, who affected my life in a very real way. I mean, if it hadn't been for his show, my life would be very different than it is right now. I doubt that I'd be in show business. I might be an architect because that's what I got my degree in college. I certainly, maybe I'd be an adult and have a real job. Who knows? Madonna didn't affect my life in just as dramatic a way as Dr. Demento, but Like a Surgeon was a big hit for me, and so she figures into it. But I'm just very glad that I was able to pay tribute to the great doctor because he did really have a huge impact on my life.
I love that, and I love the film, and how, once you're seeing like the kind of final cut, do you ever say, holy shoot, this has been my life in some ways?
Yeah, I mean, I was always very involved in every aspect of the production. I co-wrote the script, obviously, and I'm one of the producers, so I was there for every iteration of the edit. So it was more crafting and putting it together. It wasn't like I was presented with a movie and like watching it for the first time and not knowing what to expect. But it was always a bit surrealistic for me because even though I'm working on this project and trying to make it as good as it can be, part of me was going like, is this really happening? Is this movie about my life? Even though it's like, again, a heightened version of my life, but I still can't get over the fact that this thing actually exists. It's such a bizarre thing for me.
I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for speaking with me, Al. I can't wait for everybody else to see Weird. It is such a fun, thrilling, and musical movie. What else could you ask for?
I can't ask for anything else.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Weird Al. Weird Al. Weird Al. What an amazing talent. I can't believe I talked to the one and only Weird Al Yankovic and all about his movie, Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, streaming right now on the Roku channel for free. And what else can you ask for? I mean, that's freaking awesome. I guess one thing I could ask for is to speak with Harry Mutherfriggin Potter himself, Daniel Mutherfriggin Radcliffe. Seriously, you guys know I'm a huge Potterhead. I am obsessed with the wizarding world of Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts series, the whole thing, the whole wizarding world. And so to get to interview the one and only Daniel Radcliffe, who is an incredible actor and talent, and person. I mean, he's just freaking amazing. So to get to interview him is a dream come true for me, both professionally and personally. So does Daniel Radcliffe even need an introduction? I mean, he's been, besides one of the biggest franchises ever, he's been in The Woman in Black and Kill Your Darlings and Victor Frankenstein and Swiss Army Man and Miracle Workers on TBS and The Lost City. He's been in theater on Broadway and overseas in theater. The man needs no introduction whatsoever. I also talk with Evan Rachel Wood, who in this film Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, plays the one and only Madonna. Can you imagine playing Madonna? One of the biggest stars of all time, probably, top 3 biggest stars of all time, biggest personalities, celebrities, artists. Of course, Evan Rachel Wood, who I slaughter her name embarrassingly in this interview because I'm a moron. But, you're used to it, but they aren't. In any event, Evan Rachel Wood is a Golden Globe nominated, Emmy Award nominated, Critics' Choice Award winner. She was in Frozen 2. She's been in The Wrestler, Across the Universe, Running with Scissors. On the TV side, she's been in True Blood, CSI, Westworld, where, she starred, Drunk History, which I love, What We Do in the Shadows, Phoenix Rising, and then she's got a music career on top of that. Love her. Even though I, once again, completely slaughtered her name like a moron. I mean, obviously, I know Evan Rachel Wood and her name, and then I'm just an idiot. So, in any event, here I talk with Weird Al, who plays Weird Al and Madonna, Evan Rachel Wood, and Daniel Mutherfriggin Radcliffe.
Hey, Kyle McMahon, iHeartRadio. Thank you both so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
No worries. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. And congratulations on Weird. It is so fun and weird and amazing. What is it like for the two of you as actors to kind of play, these iconic people in a biopic that's kind of tiny bit exaggerated and fantastical?
Only slightly.
Very
very, very rooted in truth.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's sort of an ideal situation because you get to both play the characters that are kind of iconic and known both in their look and who they are, but then you get to truly just go off the deep end with them and have them do fight scenes or be assassins or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it truly is the best of both worlds.
And how about for you, Rachel?
So I do that every time. So.
I know, because it's Evan. But
Did I say? I meant. Oh my God.
It happens all the
Yeah,
time.
this is why I said it because I've
He
started
just
making
knows.
a little noise
Yeah.
now every time it happens. Like that. Sorry.
No, you're totally fine. And then I'm just totally oblivious, and then I'm like, I just did that.
But no. same. Like I mean, it was like a dream come true to play Madonna, especially, like early 80s Madonna when she first came on the scene, and she's wearing all those clothes that we like all wish that we had and could wear every day. So it was wonderful, and I did take it seriously, but it's like a little less pressure when you're like, I am playing a Madonna, but I'm also playing this very like villainous Rumpelstiltskin version of Madonna. That shows up later on. So, you can have a little more fun in that way.
I love that. And for both of you, Daniel, for instance, you came, one of the huge things you've done, obviously, is the Harry Potter franchise and this big fantastical franchise film series. And then you go to a film like this, which is fantastical in its own way, but a little bit more scaled back than such a big, giant franchise. What is that like for you as an actor to kind of play both of those in both of those worlds in regards to Weird?
I mean, I think like doing Potter was something that I like don't want to do. I'm glad I'm no longer doing it, but it was something that gave me an incredible grounding in those films shot for 11 months, and I was on set from the beginning of the day to the end of the day for the entire shoot, and that there's like stamina and stuff that you get from that's really invaluable. And it also means that when you get on a job like Weird, which is like 18 days and really fast, you love it because it's like, oh my God, we can shoot 3 scenes in a day. Imagine that, and big ones. Whereas sometimes like I always say like the pool party scene, like a scene of that length with that many people on Potter, that would have probably been a week's work, and we did it in half a day. So it's really like, I don't know, spending time on something that took so long gives you an appetite to like go quickly on stuff.
I love it, and I'm out of time. Thank you both so much, Evan and Daniel. I love Weird so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, mate. Have a lovely day.
You as well. Guys, I just interviewed Evan Rachel Wood and Daniel Mutherfriggin Radcliffe, Harry Potter, Weird Al. I just interviewed Weird Al, by the way. This is an awesome, awesome episode. I am on cloud 9, and you have been there with me. And you guys really ultimately make it happen because you keep listening and sharing with, sharing the episodes with your friends and on social media and all that stuff. And you just make it grow every week, which makes me be able to, do what I do. And I love you for it. And I love Daniel Radcliffe, and I love Evan Rachel Wood, and I love Weird Al, and I love Eric Appel, and I love Weird, the Al Yankovic Story on the Roku channel, which you can watch right freaking now for free. All right. You know what? This is an awesome show, and I just want to leave on a high note. I love you. I'll see you next week. We out.
Thank you for listening to Pop Culture Weekly. Hear all the latest at popcultureweekly.com.
Hey, like a surgeon, cutting for the very first time. Whoa, like a surgeon, yeah. Organ transplants are my line. Whoa, 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 whoa.